Hi everyone, this is Josh Nichols with Schmidt Nichols. We are the landscape architects and land planners for the Dalfen Industrial Town of Davie project. This is a public participation presentation, and what we'll be doing is going over project highlights, overview of location and proposed use, as well as providing at the end contact information for the team, as well as the project manager at the Town of Davie for any questions you may have. We'll be going through a quick presentation outline. To start, we'll go on the right side with some of the other team members. We have H&M Architecture, Langen Engineering and Environmental Services, Greensprue Martyr, who is the legal counsel on the project. And then we turn to the left side of the slide, where we'll be going through the content of the presentation. In the middle shows a quick representation of the proposed site plan that we'll be going into greater detail on. This slide shows the location of the property. It's located on the west side of University Drive, just south of Griffin Road. You can see the subject site outlined in yellow. The project name is Dalfen Davie. Property address is 5325 South University Drive. You can see the two parcel IDs which make up the overall site. Property size is approximately 16.2189 acres. Current future land use is commercial. Current zoning is B3, as you can see with the orange. The parcels to the immediate east are currently occupied by auto dealerships. As you can see, also to the north is also B3, as well as the south. You do have a portion of A1 zoning at the northwest corner, as well as across Southwest 82nd Avenue. We have a transition to R3 zoning at the single family and CF zoning. The previous use of the building was the Spares Bowling Alley, so that building will be demolished to make room for the new warehouse proposal. This slide, we're going to go over the formal requests we have before the town, as well as look at some of the details of the site plan. So we've split the plan in half for better viewing. So as you can see, the proposed warehouse with accessory office at 152,139 square feet. We've got our required and proposed parking set at 292 spaces, and that's based on the Town of Davie parking calculations. We've also got access in 2 points along University Drive, one at the north for vehicular connection, and then we do have one at the south, what we will go over. Our formal requests are site plan approval and a plat note delegation amendment. You can also see we've been contending with a FPL easement that cuts through the middle of the property. We've been able to make some use of that, though, in terms of using the trailer parking underneath those power lines, as well as some additional parking. And then also you can see the loading areas behind to the rear of the building outlined in red. We've also got a pedestrian connection that we've kept for connection to Southwest 82nd Avenue. So we've shown that on the plan. And here's the south portion of the property. So you can see we have a large drainage area that will remain as a pond, as well as the second vehicular connection to University Drive. This slide will go over the proposed landscape plans. As you can see, the majority of the landscape buffers around the perimeter, are actually currently planted with code compliant trees, and they've actually grown quite mature. So we're attempting to preserve as many of those as possible, as we are not impacting the buffer on the north or the west, which is adjacent to the residential. So we are preserving as much as possible there and around the lake, and then introducing trees and shrubs as required by the Town of Davie Code. These next few slides will go through some of the architectural elevations. So as you can see, this is the west elevation. So this would be the elevation facing toward Southwest 82nd Avenue. As you can see, so this is would be the office facing and more the pedestrian side. So as you can see, more of the fenestration, you've got some of the undulation of the roof line and some of the recesses and projections in the building to provide some aesthetically pleasing views of the building. We've also got scoring and additional color pop in there, so it's not just a plain building, so we are providing that in the architecture, and you will see that better in the rendering that's provided later in the slideshow. This slide shows the east elevation, so this would be the rear of the building where we have the loading activities. This facade of the building does face toward the existing auto dealerships, so that those auto dealerships do provide for screening from University Boulevard along with the distance that the building is set back. But this was designed intentionally so that these loading zones in the truck court area would not be facing the residential. So as you can see, some of those loading bays and maneuvering and queuing areas are shown on the back of this building so that it could be suitable for industrial warehouse use. This slide shows the north and south elevations. So as you can see, we're not providing windows, again, especially on the north side adjacent to a residential property. So we didn't want to provide those that viewing potential for into that rear yard. However, there is substantial existing vegetation there. But these are the north and south, so the shorter sides of the building that you saw from the site plan, and again carrying that kind of four-sided architecture throughout. So we have those pops of color and also that scoring and undulation of the building and recesses and projections in the facade. So in this slide we provide the architectural rendering. So this rendering this shot is as if you were standing at the northwest corner of the building looking to the southeast. So 82nd Street would be to your back if you're looking at the building from here. So you can see a lot of that glazing at the corner. So we're showing some of those recesses and projections and relief in the architecture. Also the color that we talked about. There's also, I'd like to point out, that green area in between the sidewalk and the building, that will be for foundation planting. While we're not showing the trees as much in this because we want to show the architecture, that will be an area that is reserved for foundation planting. So there'll be small shrubs, palms, and canopy trees that will be provided within that space to help to screen and also break up some of the building. But otherwise, the architecture looks really nice on this, and we're looking forward to seeing this project come to life. Thank you again for listening to the presentation. Wanted to provide our contact information. Again, my name is Josh Nichols with Schmidt Nichols, and you can reach me at 561-684-6141 or at jnichols@snlandplan.com. Or you can reach out to Matt Coyle, who is the town of Davie planner, who is overseeing this project, and you can reach him at 954-797-1081 or at mcoyle@davie-fl.gov. Anyways, thank you for the time, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks. Bye.